Innovation diplomacy. What is it? It's about using innovation as the glue to building better relations between governments, which has a whole lot of upside.
Why should I care? Because more often than not, a problem shared is a problem solved. And when you share it with some of the most innovative minds around, that's when the magic happens.
So who's involved? It's all about collaboration. Collaboration between government teams who need to solve shared challenges, innovative scaling companies with global ambitions, and academic institutions who support with their research. All this for the benefit of people and our planet.
And how do you go about it? We're here to talk you through the CivTech Alliance and its COP26 Global Scale-Up Programme case study in just a minute. And then we'll share some tips on how you can get involved. My name is Alexander Holt, and I work for the Digital Directorate of the Scottish Government. My current role is around developing emerging opportunities and partnerships, principally through the CivTech Alliance, which is a global group of like-minded government and academic teams in the GovTech and civic tech space, or as we like to call them, therapy sessions for those trying to change government. I and the other members of the CivTech Alliance are going to give you an overview of innovation diplomacy and how the Global Scale-Up Programme acted as a vehicle for this emerging area of public policy.
So what do we mean by innovation diplomacy? It's not a widely known concept, but one that will become increasingly significant. In essence, it's about using innovation to build relations with governments and non-government organisations to create mutual value. The type of international diplomacy we're all familiar with, managing relationships between governments, often takes the form of aid, trade or culture. Innovation diplomacy is different in that it uses new ideas and new technologies to build relations between governments, with a focus on delivering better public services or solving global challenges.
Let me use an analogy. Take airfix models. If the solving of the challenge is the picture on the box, governments are the different model parts, and the glue that binds it together are the tech solutions. This intergovernmental collaboration is now increasingly possible due to the creation of in-house innovation delivery teams within the burgeoning GovTech sector. Examples are CivTech Scotland, or IdeaGov Sao Paulo, GoToGov Australia, InnoLab Baden-Württemberg, all over.
And why is this exciting? Well, these teams lie at the cross-section of government and innovation ecosystems. Given their impact at a national level, imagine the collective capability if they were brought together at a global level. The CivTech Alliance is a strategic vehicle for building global connections, demonstrating the value of collaboration and offering a vehicle for policymakers to create dialogue and effect change. The Alliance contains a mixture of government and academic institutions across 16 countries, including Accelerate Estonia, the InnoLab of the Baden-Württemberg Regional Government, the US General Services Administration, and academic institutions such as the Technical University of Denmark. What could be achieved if we leverage the knowledge, network and expertise held within the membership for the benefit of the planet? With Scotland playing host to COP26, we had a unique opportunity to act as conveners and catalysts and put innovation diplomacy into action.
We set up the Global Scale-Up Programme, our collective vision for what true intergovernmental collaboration could be. It was an ambitious, groundbreaking programme which brought together 8 governments and 3 academic not-for-profit institutions across 10 countries. And as we set about our mission to source, surface and scale climate tech solutions for global public applications, how could we create a unique access programme for climate tech companies in the run-up to and during COP26. So working with the UNDP, we set 3 COP26 aligned challenges to solve on the themes of environmental resilience, food wastage and decarbonisation for fast growth companies with global ambitions. We selected 18 companies from 9 countries during a 7-week scale-up safari preceding COP26, and we scheduled 69 engagement sessions with policymakers and procurers, innovators and investors across the 10 participating countries. over 200 introductions were made, including to NASA Open Innovation Team, the Federal Emergency Management Agency of the US government, top researchers in the field of sustainability, and ministers of environment and international trade, as well as gatekeepers of the €500 million family office funds in Germany. And then to COP in Glasgow, where our companies presented their solutions, watched by people in 46 countries.
So why did we put this program together? Well, essentially, we wanted to test and demonstrate the impact that can be achieved by pulling together global talent from governments, academics, innovators, and community groups. This program is highly innovative and in many ways experimental, and as we launched the program, we focused on building a framework to pull governments together.
And we wanted to demonstrate how to bridge that gap between policy and delivery to achieve outcomes. And thus, we were delighted to be working with the United Nations Development Programme, who helped shape our challenges.
As a government, we found that our participation in the Alliance and Global Scale-Up program has opened doors for our office as well as for our startups and scale-ups across government. As a result, we're having new kinds of generative conversations with departments including energy and mining, environment and water, and green industries. The program has demonstrated the potential for smaller, innovative startups and scale-up to make a material difference to our collective aspirations for a more sustainable future. By connecting in with Alliance members around the world, I feel we are working towards something much bigger, while at the same time accelerating our local plans for more open and connected innovation. This global access has been of huge value, not just to the innovators, but also our policymakers. For example, our innovative approach was of sufficient interest that viewers from 46 countries tuned in to watch the ministerial attended presentations by our companies and guest speakers during COP26.
Just some of the tangible positive impacts of our cohort of companies include saving over 100 million meals across 2 continents, bringing $13 billion of forestry assets under management, assessing 85 million capital infrastructure assets for 8 weather hazards in 105 countries, saving 17 billion liters of water through lubricant oil plastic recycling, reducing food waste in Brazilian schools by 20%, and carbon negative hydrogen production compacted into shipping containers. According to the Brazilian company BMV, their participation in the program and corresponding exposure has enabled them to win a $2 million service contract. What our sessions at COP26 demonstrated was the power of a mission-oriented approach to both policy and delivery in tackling the climate crisis. Insights from other governments can help policy directorates understand how to deliver domestic policy objectives.
In practice, innovation diplomacy means collaboration on shared policy challenges, and this is the best way to deepen our international relationships and increase awareness of the pools of innovative talent that lie in our ecosystem.
We are now in the process of launching the GSOP 2.0, where we will build on the success of the work we delivered in 2021. And it was a real boost to be awarded the Public Sector Team of the Year by Apolitical earlier on. And as the team, it provided us with further evidence that the following hypothesis stated by the OECD is correct. The world is experiencing increased and wicked problems that cannot be solved by one nation or government only. The ongoing crisis of COVID-19 has made 2 things tremendously clear. The public sector is critical to ensuring the stability and well-being of society, and governments can rapidly and radically transform themselves to respond to shifting needs. Collectively, the CivTech Alliance, the companies we work with, and the diverse partners we work with are truly excited about the delivery of the next Global Scale-Up program, which will launch in the spring.
This program transcends borders and jurisdictions, and companies with their innovation as the glue that binds our government programs together. We felt we had pulled off something special. The ability to convene 10 public sector academic teams and put on a multi-country program with no mandate was quite a feat. But perhaps it was because there was no mandate that this was so special. Come and join us on this journey. What we have learned is that there is strength in numbers, and the more bureaucratic hackers, innovative businesses, and engaged bureaucrats we have, the power of the Alliance grows exponentially. So get in contact and check out our work. Vielen Dank und wir sprechen uns bald.